Hello and welcome to Elevated Mindset. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract success while others struggle, despite working twice as hard? What if I told you that the difference isn't talent, luck, or even hard work, but something far more powerful that's been hiding right under your nose this entire time? Today, we are going to unlock the secret weapon that every successful person uses, whether they realize it or not. We're talking about your subconscious mind, and by the end of this video, you'll have the exact blueprint to program it for automatic success. But first, let me ask you something. How many times have you set a goal, gotten excited about it, worked hard for a few weeks, and then mysteriously found yourself back where you started? This happens to 95% of people, and it's not because they lack willpower or motivation. It's because they're fighting against the most powerful force in their psychology, their subconscious programming. Your subconscious mind processes 11 million bits of information every second, while your conscious mind can only handle about 40 bits. Think about that for a moment. Your subconscious is literally 275,000 times more powerful than your conscious thoughts. It's like trying to steer a massive cruise ship with a tiny paddle while the ship's autopilot is programmed to go in the opposite direction. This is why positive thinking alone doesn't work. You can consciously think positive thoughts all day long, but if your subconscious believes you don't deserve success, it will sabotage every effort you make. It's not personal, it's just doing its job of keeping you safe and consistent with your existing identity. Here's the fascinating part, though. Your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. This is the key to everything we're about to discuss. When you understand how to communicate with your subconscious in its own language, you can literally reprogram it to work for you instead of against you. Let me share a quick story that perfectly illustrates this concept. There was a basketball study where researchers divided players into 3 groups. The first group practiced free throws for 1 hour every day. The second group did no practice at all. The third group spent 1 hour daily visualizing perfect free throws in vivid detail without touching a basketball. After 30 days, the first group improved by 24%. The second group showed no improvement. And here's the shocking part. The third group improved by 23% through mental practice alone. This isn't magic or wishful thinking. It's basic neuroscience. Your brain creates neural pathways based on repetitive thoughts and mental images, whether they come from real experience or vivid imagination. When you repeatedly visualize success, your subconscious starts to accept it as your reality and begins working to make it happen. Now, let's dive into the practical steps you can take starting today to harness this incredible power. The first step is understanding what I call the identity bridge. Your subconscious mind has one primary job: maintaining consistency with your current identity. If you see yourself as someone who struggles with money, your subconscious will find ways to keep you struggling. If you see yourself as naturally successful, it will help you find opportunities and solutions. The key is gradually shifting your identity through what successful people do naturally. Start by asking yourself this question every morning: what would the successful version of me do in this situation? Then act on that answer, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Each small action that aligns with your desired identity sends a signal to your subconscious that this is who you're becoming. The second technique is called mental rehearsal, and it's incredibly powerful when done correctly. Every night before sleep, when your brain naturally enters a more suggestible state, spend 10 to 15 minutes vividly imagining your ideal day. See yourself waking up in your dream home. Feel the confidence in your body language, hear the conversations you'll have as a successful person, and most importantly, feel the emotions of already having achieved your goals. The key word here is vividly. Your subconscious responds to sensory detail and emotion, not logic. The more real you can make these mental movies, the more your subconscious will accept them as instructions for your future reality. This isn't daydreaming, it's strategic mental programming. Here's where most people go wrong, though. They visualize once or twice and expect miracles. Your subconscious programming took years to develop, and it requires consistent repetition to change. Think of it like learning a new language. You wouldn't expect to speak fluently after one lesson, and you shouldn't expect your subconscious to program after one visualization session. The third technique involves what I call success anchoring. This is about creating physical triggers that automatically put you into a successful state of mind. Choose a specific gesture, like pressing your thumb and index finger together, and every time you feel confident, successful, or accomplished, make this gesture while fully experiencing those positive emotions. After several weeks of consistent anchoring, you can use this gesture to instantly access those empowering states whenever you need them. Before important meetings, challenging conversations, or any situation where you want to show up as your best self, simply use your anchor and watch how your energy and confidence shift automatically. Now, let's talk about one of the most overlooked aspects of subconscious programming: your environment. Your subconscious is constantly absorbing information from your surroundings and using it to shape your identity and expectations. If your environment reflects struggle, chaos, or mediocrity, your subconscious assumes that's your natural state and works to maintain it. Start making small environmental changes that reflect the successful person you're becoming. This doesn't mean spending money you don't have on expensive things. It means organizing your space, dressing slightly better than you think you deserve, reading books that successful people read, and surrounding yourself with images and objects that remind you of your goals. The fourth technique is called assumption living, and this is where the real magic happens. Instead of hoping for success, start living from the assumption that you already are successful. This doesn't mean being delusional or irresponsible. It means making decisions from the identity of someone who has already achieved what you want. When faced with choices, ask yourself, what would someone who already has my desired outcome choose? How would they spend their time? What would they say yes to, and what would they decline? This subtle shift in decision-making gradually aligns your entire life with your desired outcome. Here's a powerful exercise to accelerate this process. Write a detailed letter to yourself from 1 year in the future, describing your life as if you've already achieved all your major goals. Describe your typical day, your relationships, your work, your living situation, and most importantly, how you feel about yourself and your life. Read this letter every morning for 30 days, and notice how your daily choices naturally begin to align with this future version of yourself. The fifth technique involves leveraging what scientists call the reticular activating system. This is the part of your brain that filters information and decides what deserves your conscious attention. When you program your subconscious with clear, specific goals and outcomes, your reticular activating system begins filtering reality to show you opportunities, resources, and connections that support those goals. This is why when you're thinking about buying a red car, you suddenly notice red cars everywhere. They were always there, but your brain wasn't filtering them as important until you programmed it to do so. The same principle applies to success opportunities. When your subconscious is programmed for success, you'll start noticing possibilities that were invisible before. To activate this system, write down your major goals in present tense as if they've already been achieved. Read them every morning and evening, and throughout the day, stay alert for any opportunities, ideas, or connections that could move you closer to these outcomes. The key is maintaining a state of relaxed awareness rather than desperate searching. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Many people resist these techniques because they seem too simple, or they've been disappointed by self-help advice before. Here's the truth. The most powerful forces in the universe operate through simple principles consistently applied. Gravity is simple, but it shapes entire galaxies. The same applies to your subconscious programming. The reason these techniques work is that they align with how your brain actually functions, rather than fighting against it. When you understand that your subconscious is always working, always listening, and always programming your reality based on your dominant thoughts and emotions, it becomes logical to take control of that process rather than leaving it to chance. Remember, every expert was once a beginner who refused to give up. Every successful person started where you are right now, with nothing but a decision to change their programming. The only difference between where you are and where you want to be is the story your subconscious tells you about who you are and what you deserve. Your subconscious mind is the most sophisticated computer ever created, and right now, it's running programs that were installed years ago by other people's opinions. past failures, and limiting beliefs. But here's the incredible news. You can rewrite these programs starting today. The path to effortless success isn't about working harder or getting lucky. It's about aligning your subconscious programming with your conscious desires so that success becomes your natural state rather than something you have to force. Start with just one technique from today's video and commit to it for 30 days. Whether it's mental rehearsal, identity shifting, or environmental changes, consistency is more important than perfection. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make right now. If this video opened your eyes to the incredible power you already possess, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical strategies that actually work. Until then, remember that your subconscious is listening to every thought, so make sure you're programming it for the success you truly deserve. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.